Oh, thank you for being here. Oh, the music's not playing. Where's it going? There we go.
Always something.
Yes. We do have the music going. You are listening to Love Gurus Podcast. We're about to take ridiculous dating questions from Reddit, starting right about now.
You think your love life is going kind of bad?
Just before Valentine's Day, of course.
If you find out your girlfriend accidentally banged your dad.
What?
She cut out little cupids.
Think your
Yep.
romance
That's what your dad dressed
maybe
as.
ain't
At least he has to buy her the Valentine's Day present now, though.
If you find out
I'm not
your
doing
fiance
2 for 3
has
at
been
CVS.
slipping it to your mom.
Yep.
Wow, Beyonce
Just
banged
ask the
someone's
love
mom?
guru.
Yep. I mean, she's winning Grammys. She's banging moms. She does it all.
No, she got snubbed.
She got snubbed?
Yeah.
Really?
Have you
Your
not?
life
Wow.
is
I thought she won some.
I thought she won like the all-time winners Grammy. winner.
Yeah. She won she's won more than anybody else. Oh, we are the Love Gurus Podcast. You heard the man. We are taking ridiculous dating questions from Reddit, and you guys hopefully in the chat, man. If you're listening out there on SoundCloud, on Spotify, on any of that good stuff, still like and subscribe, all of that. But like and subscribe on YouTube. Watch it. Give us your questions live. Give us your comments in the chat. We're live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Suzanne, how was your week?
Oh, it's been great, but let's just pick this topic back up since it's a big one.
Yeah.
Beyonce got snubbed from Best Album. It was like Harry Styles that won it. All over
Really?
the internet. What do you guys? Were you guys living a
Well,
cave?
to be fair, his dress was better. You know what I mean? Like if we're just going on dresses alone.
Well, Beyonce.
He had a jumpsuit on. Thank you.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Know your terms. But yeah, no, it was Beyonce. I don't know what else she won, but that was like the thing that I was reading was that she got snubbed. Harry Styles won Best Album or whatever. Yeah, not Beyonce.
Well, until she makes the ultimate sacrifice to the Illuminati, she will not win the awards she wants. And we have told her several times,
Yeah.
Father must be sacrificed,
But also,
Beyonce.
I will.
That's how Jethro Tull beat Metallica for Best Heavy Metal Album.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
That was sacrifice.
he doesn't sing about the devil, but by God, he does his bidding.
Yeah, I will say that one time it was over this last summer. I was coming from the beach. I mean, because I'm fancy, but my train came into Penn Station, and so we were walking out of Penn Station. Coincidentally, like an hour before a Harry Styles concert at MSG, and so there's all these people with the boas. And I just felt so old. I'm like, why are all these people wearing boas? And
Boas?
it was
Like
'cause I guess
actual
that's
boas?
like
Like live boas?
a Harry Styles thing. Is
Like a
that
snake?
like
Boas?
it's
You dress like the singer.
They had a snake.
you wear a boa, and that is like the insignia that you're a true Harry Styles.
Wait, like a
fan.
live boa, or is that a fashion term that I don't know about?
Yeah,
No,
it's just
like
like
the
a weird
feathery,
scarf.
like a feathery.
Oh, got
the
ya.
feathery neck thing.
Oh, dude, I was
Yeah.
going to say Harry Styles almost got way cooler in my eyes, but
Yeah.
then...
But then he always-
Nah, he's just talking about a fucking
There's
scarf.
just 20,000 23-year-olds wearing snakes walking around.
Yeah, I was
New
like, I
York.
would have noticed that. If it was SantaCon, but with live snakes instead of red suits, I'd have noticed
That would be awesome.
No,
That
it
would
was
be awesome. That would be
just the
amazing.
feathery. But it was.
Oh, he
It's
sucks.
definitely like again. That's like what people wear to his concerts.
Didn't
Those
somebody
little-
throw a vegan chicken nugget in his eye?
A
Probably.
vegan chicken nugget in his
Yeah.
eye?
Maybe.
Recently, I heard he was blinded temporarily.
By a
Really?
fucking
Yeah.
fried chunk of soy?
That sounds like a
And he
PR.
said, that better been vegan.
Yo,
Yeah, that sounds like a PR story.
Google it, man. That shit
Yeah.
happens, bro. That's why you should go vegan.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right.
Speaking of things you should do.
Oh, I should read the comments. Joel on YouTube says that's one way to get Beyonce tickets. That's right. And thank you, Joel, for writing the theme song.
Hells yeah.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, so this week the theme is when is it too much? When is it too much information? Did I
Nice.
get? Yeah, it's when is it? In all of our lives and all of our relationships, sometimes we stumble across information and it's just like,
Sure.
this might be a little bit too much.
Right.
So then the question becomes, what do you do with said information? And depending on what it is, I mean, it could blow up your life, or you could just hold it down like a boil of a zit and hope it doesn't come to the surface.
Right.
So,
That's beautiful. I think Maya Angelou said that once. I like that.
My Angela's probably never had a zit in her life. She's got beautiful skin. It's really just like amazing.
Absolutely.
Speaking
of amazing, let me introduce our guest.
Yeah. Sorry. I got really wrapped up on the Beyonce thing.
Maya Angelou is here.
She's gonna knock her head, put her head in, and be like, "Suzanne, you're being so rude."
That's right. Let me introduce our two guests, man. We have two first-time guests. First up, he's a hilarious stand-up comic. Definitely follow him on socials. Mr. Brett Hiker, thank you for being on the show.
Yo.
Tell them where they can find you.
Oh, man. It is all my handles are just Brett Hiker. Brett with 2 T's, Hiker, like it sounds.
Nice.
You can find me on everything, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Follow him, people. Like and subscribe to stuff. See him live. And do the same for our second awesome guest. Also a first-time guest. Yeah. The one, the only, another hilarious stand-up comic, Mr. Josh Ballard. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Follow me at Brett Hiker with 1 T.
There you go. That's right. He said to hell with the lawsuits.
Follow me at Joshua Pallad. JOSHUAPALED.
There you go. There you go. See him live. Like and subscribe his stuff. But for right now, let's take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit. People, if you're listening out there, watch us live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your comments and questions live right there in the chat on the side. Speaking of which, Joel on YouTube says, when is it too much info? Usually anytime I start confessing in this chat. Yeah, those are always good, man. There's like waitresses getting banged up against vending machines on the side of the highway in Tennessee. That was great.
It's just the internet. There's so much of it to go through. Like, you're probably totally fine.
Once we all get ourselves canceled, no one's canceled. You know? It's the debt is wiped clean. It's a clean slate.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. My friend texted that she'd be in town. I'm 34 and my friend is also 34. I have a group of friends from high school that I stayed in touch with during college and our 20s. Since the pandemic, we haven't talked much because they all moved to separate, smaller cities in the past few years. One of them is having a bachelorette party in the city that I live in. I didn't know about the party, but she reached out to me to let me know that they'd all be in town for the bachelorette party and that they wouldn't have time to see me.
What?
This felt very harsh because I didn't even know about the bachelorette party or them being in town. I would have preferred either remaining in the dark or, if you're going to reach out, invite me for a small happy hour or something. What's going on here? We're all adults, but I feel like this was rude and unnecessary. So two 34-year-olds, they've been friends, you know, again, as everyone knows, like during the pandemic, a lot of people moved out of the big cities because it was fucking miserable here.
Oh, it was fine.
It was so bad.
It was fine.
Oh, it was awful.
It was a heavenly bliss.
Yes.
Without any idiots in the street. There was room.
You just stayed in your apartment for 4 days in a row and just watched the trash pile up. And then once the trash was as tall as you are, then you risked your life by going outside of your apartment.
Right.
That was my
real New Yorkers left their house and lived their lives, and it was the greatest life in the freaking world for 2 years.
Goddamn right. Everybody's, there's all these stabbings and muggings on the train. I'll tell you a secret right now.
Wasn't any then?
Well, there was, but here's the thing. When somebody comes in the car, looks like they're going to mug somebody, what you got to do is you mug somebody first.
That's right.
You know, you turn to the nearest person, you mug them, and that mugger will just tip his hat to you and say, "Good day, sir," and he will go
set
mug
the temperature,
somebody
man.
in a different, he'll go mug a different car. It's like an honor code.
There you go. It's like, excuse me, sir.
Or stab.
Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Happy mugging to you.
My pardon, sir. I didn't mean to rob this person before you, sir.
Happy muggings to you.
Like when someone's having a mental breakdown in public, if you start having a bigger mental breakdown, they'll
100%.
They'll pull themselves together. They'll be like, "Oh God."
I get on the train every day as crazy as possible. I'm like, this is how I'm gonna fucking survive.
I just carry a very small knife, and then worst case, I'm just gonna stab myself. Then when they stab me,
see, that's the right thinking, though.
It takes the joy out of it.
If you feel
it's like, listen, bitch, I'm stabby. You're my sloppy.
I stab myself.
That's so
I'm
wild.
already stabbed.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's the best actual defense.
It
If someone's
really
coming to
is.
fuck you up, be like, I'll do it myself. And they're
It
like,
really
holy
is.
shit.
But hold eye contact while you do it.
Yeah.
Just stare at them.
Look at me.
Yeah.
And then just like look at them in the face as you're
Yeah.
slicing yourself.
You just start stabbing yourself and just singing Marilyn Manson songs. Just wow, 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 wow.
Dude, that is self-defense. That is the safest you'll
Yeah.
ever be in New York City.
Right, and then you just do the Fight Club thing. Just you don't know where I've been,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
bleed on them,
Exactly.
and it's like
Because the only leverage they had was making you bleed, and if you're already making yourself
Yeah.
bleed,
Yeah,
they're
right.
like,
Yeah.
well, what's the...
I bleed for myself.
yeah,
Move
I'll do it
on.
for myself.
yeah, yeah.
Move home.
I
Yeah.
have full-blown AIDS, not that pussy. 2023,
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen.
He's a
could've
time
cured
traveler
with
from the
pill.
80s with old school full-blown AIDS.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because that AIDS was different, man.
That was
Yeah.
the shit.
that
we're-
was the stuff that would get you. That's
can
that
have-
Dr. Fauci brand AIDS.
That's that easy E AIDS, man.
Yeah.
That's
a
ain't nothing
walkathon
easy
AIDS.
about Easy's AIDS.
If you got easy, you can't. You don't want to mess with that AIDS.
You don't want the full walkathon. You
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
You
man,
want the
no.
2023
Rest
Charlie
in peace,
Sheen.
Easy E.
Yeah.
That's right. If you're stabbing
RIP
yourself
for
on the
sure.
train, you got the full walkathon. You got
Yeah.
the Easy E.
Yeah.
You got the We Are the Child. You got that one.
That's
You
the
got-
that's the queen AIDS.
Quick,
Yes.
quick
Yeah.
that we got to Easy so
Yes.
so soon in the
100%.
podcast, but I'm not regretting it.
Oh,
But
Sean
yeah, so
on
back-
YouTube says pandemic was the best time of my life. I spent every evening on Zoom with Jake. Yeah, absolutely. It
Oh,
was awesome. When I wasn't out mugging people, I
Hey.
was,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
everyone has to take a
saying
break.
Sean.
But yeah, so okay, so here's why I picked this question is because I feel like there are, again, everyone writes into Reddit with a very one-sided opinion. It's usually not objective. It's very much like this happened to me, and so I would like all of you to feel sorry for me. But the reason why I picked this is because I think that there's two sides. So the person writing the question, she says, "Listen, I didn't know about your fucking party. I don't even know why you told me about it. Da 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 da. That's rude to even tell me that you guys are going to be in town." But I think from the other side of it, they knew they were going to be in town. They knew that they weren't going to hang out with her. They knew that they were going to post stuff on social media
Right.
that she would see it.
Oh, so they're giving her a
So
forewarning.
it's like-
you're saying that was
Yeah.
gentlewomanly
So she
of
was
them.
they just leveled and
No,
said, "Look,
no.
she's going to be pissed either way." So the adult thing is to just be like, "Hey, we're going to be in town. It's not going to work out." Blah blah blah. blah.
No, they should have told her.
Because the other
They
way,
shouldn't have told
the other
her.
way around is like just post all this stuff on social media, and then she's like, "What the fuck? Why didn't you even like say
Right.
anything?" that you
What they
did
should have
commit?"
done is would have done what guys would have done is they should have done and had the party, had the greatest time, posted the pictures, and then when she wrote them complaining, they've been like, "Holy shit, Susan
We
fucked
forgot.
up. We thought she invited you. Karen
Yeah.
thought she invited you because that's what guys do.
If
'Cause-
everyone,
do
yes.
not.
yes, we do. Guys are nice
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Men are nice
No.
enough to lie to each other and be kind
they
enough.
leave you on red. What are you talking about?
Well, not amongst friends.
Not amongst friends. Yeah. We leave women unread, but like it's to our boys though. To our boys, yeah, we lie to our friends.
Yeah,
we
because
Really?
we
Yes.
love them.
Uh-huh.
No, you got to be honest. Like that was cruel in every dimension
You
of
think
it.
so?
It was
Yeah,
cruel.
100%.
It was cruel that they knew that it was wrong that they were going to go to her hometown, have a huge fucking party, and not invite her. It was even crueler to let her know, hey, that's what we're gonna do.
Oh.
That's like writing your old friend and be like, hey, listen, I'm gonna be banging your girlfriend. I just wanted you to know that I'm gonna,
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
a
be
little.
I'm gonna be no.
It's
You're telling me
Shakespearean.
it doesn't hurt a woman's feelings as much as that right there.
I feel like if Shakespeare was a woman, she would have written a play about a lady having this done to her.
I guess
Shakespeare was they.
It is big
Yeah, Shakespeare
Shakespearean.
was they.
I guess there's the argument that had the batch or the bride or whatever not reached out and then just posted the pictures on social
That's
media.
just as bad.
No.
But they could, then there's the argument of like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot you lived in New York City.
Yeah, that's the best.
Where we all live.
Or
Yeah.
we heard a rumor that you moved to Delaware.
I was pretty sure
Yeah.
that you had moved to Poughkeepsie.
That's the
you
right
look
move.
like a Poughkeepsie person.
I mean, what's the point of having like an exclusive bachelorette party if you don't let the people know who are excluded?
Yeah, that was definite.
Yeah.
That was an intentional
Yeah.
thing.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Why do you
Like,
think
when-
that there is a VIP and then a poor person?
If
part of
we
the
didn't tell
club?
other girls they couldn't sit here, it would just be a regular table and not the mean girls table.
Right.
This is the mean girls table.
When I was a child, my mom tells a story, I spent all day making like a blanket fort, and then I had her, because I couldn't write yet, make a sign that said no girls allowed. And then I immediately invited over my one female friend.
Oh, nice.
Because what's
Wow.
the point of having a fort. No, there's no girls to not let in. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Sure.
so it was like a sting operation.
It was kind of but it was the same. It was the same logic. It's just like I got it. Like, hey, she needs to know I've got this fort.
I feel like
that she can't come into.
Wow.
I feel
Well,
like
Susan, what would you have done if you were in that group of friends?
if I
if you were part of it, not even if you were directly in the
so
competition.
like you're saying, if I were invited to the bachelorette party
and you knew that there was that one girl who you all know, but you don't really want to hang out with, and they're going to be having a party in her hometown, and you know that Karen was going to be reaching out and telling her like, "Hey, we're going to be there partying." How would you have responded as a kind soul?
I feel like we all kind of know she's a bitch.
Yeah.
So that's the point.
There's a reason she wasn't invited.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
so.
We all kind of know, based on how this question's written, that the person writing it
Nobody likes her.
Either did something real bad or is a bitch, or also just hasn't moved on from the college high school life.
Right.
Could
what
just be an
what are you
anti-vampire.
talking
I think
about?
so. Because here's the thing, and I try to point this out at least once an episode. When in doubt, I err against the person writing the questions for two reasons. A, this is on Reddit. These people are animals. B, this is a question. It's a source by, for, and about them. It's their Fox News, their MSNBC, their North Korean state-run news if they own the country. So anytime they skip over details or whatever, or just kind of like, she breezed over. Well, when was the last time they all kind of talked? Or
What's her Reddit handle? Is it Debbie Downer?
That I don't know. Yeah, but that would have been probably good information.
It's Debbie Downer times 2 in the corner. It's
Yeah.
Can we
Debbie
get her on
Downer
the show
squared.
next week and tell her she has no friends?
Yeah.
I want to book her and then unbook her at the last minute.
Hey, listen, just want you to know that we're actually recording that podcast we invited
Yeah.
you to, and you're not on it.
We already got 2 guests.
Yeah.
We already got 2 guests. Who's on?
Here's my final advice for this question. I think it's one of two scenarios, and both scenarios have the same answer. Either you, ma'am, did something that was like raw bitchy, or something happened that you do that you're not sort of owning up to in the situation, or B, these women are just bitches and they're just like not good for you. Like, so, but again, the answer to both of those scenarios is
Women are mean.
Not everyone needs to be friends with everyone. So, like, unfriend them all, unfollow them all, and just live your life.
Yeah.
You're the one that stayed in the big city, so hoop it up and like hit a rooftop bar.
You made
Fuck
it.
These girls.
You made it, girl. You got it.
Fuck these girls.
This is your city. You made it.
Yeah. They are taking a trip to go and stay where you live.
Yeah,
okay?
they know where you
does that
are.
make sense? It's like they're spending money to go and like act like they're living your life. Like, revel in that.
I kind of missed that part. Yeah, I missed that part where.
How did you miss?
I don't
This
know. Well,
question's
no,
like
I'm
3
saying.
sentences.
I know, but I missed the part where, for some reason, I thought they were coming back to where she lived. Like they moved away and they came back, and so like now, what I think it is, I think it's the opposite sort of thing. I think they're jealous that she got out. And
she still lives in the big city.
Wait, that is it.
The person writing the question still lives in the
and then
city.
the friends moved away?
Well,
yes,
I'll tell you.
the friends moved away.
Jake, I'll tell you
Friends
this.
moved
I could
away.
tell you the true dynamic of this whole story if I could see face shots of all the women involved.
Oh yeah. I mean, that would.
If I knew exactly how everybody looked, because it could be a couple scenarios.
Right.
The lady who wrote this, she could be absolutely gorgeous. She could be the prettiest woman out of all the girls. And
I hate the prettiest.
And that's why they hate him.
Or
she could be the troll of the group.
Right.
Who was constantly destroying the good time.
Or it could just be a shitty smug look on her face. She could have a shitty
just
smug
a
look
wrong,
and they fucking
just
hate
a
Linda.
wrong expression.
Yeah, just Linda's like, I don't like it.
Linda's always had a shitty face.
You're going to drive, but you've had 2 cocktails. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, shut up, Linda.
Yeah, she's ruining the party.
Yeah.
Linda, the 34-year-old. How many
That's
Lindas
right.
do we know?
Linda, the goddamn 34-year-old.
My mother's name is
That's
Linda.
right.
No, yeah, but also like not. But just saying, generationally, no Lindas are named are 34 at
My
this
mother's
point.
34 years old.
Hot.
But if you met a 34-year-old Linda, would you invite her to your bachelorette party?
Defos.
No.
Defos.
No.
I would actually leave a strip club if they were like, all right, coming up next to the stage,
Wait, oh my God,
Linda.
Oh my God, they're getting a Linda naked on purpose?
What if
She's in a pantsuit.
Oh,
what
God.
if Lizzo?
Sure, her hair is shorter than mine.
What if Lizzo's real name is Linda?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would fucking die.
Lizzo looked like a Hershey Kiss at the Grand Grammys.
I
even.
think yes.
I fucking love Lizzo. Don't you talk about my girl.
I think Lizzo was a Linda, and she's like, I got to do more with my life than playing the flute.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll still play the flute a little bit, but like, I'm gonna dress sexy and sing and stuff.
Lizzo to Linda. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Linda to Lizzo. That should be like her.
Yeah,
her-
because
That's my memoir.
there is a
That's her
documentary
memoir.
out about Lizzo
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
From
but it
Linda
should
to
be
Lizzo.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your guys' final advice to this question?
Find better friends. Find people who value your time and love you for who you are.
Yeah,
You're not going to
that's
be
nice.
everybody's cup of tea. They might be the cool, popular girls, and that's just not the people you're supposed to hang out with. Hang out with people who appreciate you and love you.
Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah. Brett, any final advice?
Same advice. Move on. Best case scenario, they come back to you.
Yeah.
And they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's like that old saying: if you love something, tell it to fuck off for a bit, you know, and like maybe you come back, maybe you won't, you know.
Yeah.
My dad used to say that.
Either way, love
But-
yourself, right?
Yeah, and if not, have a few cocktails, see if that helps. But
Thanks, Jake.
my thing is, I think the friends are secretly jealous of her. I don't know where the hell they went, but like she's living in a big city. They're moving. They've probably moved on. They probably have kids and shit. It's probably awful where they're at. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're kind of like, oh, screw that. I think they're secretly jealous of her. So what I think she should do is just randomly show up in that shitty little town twice a year. And like, oh, I saw this Broadway show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just fucking rubbing it. Like, oh my God, I had
Yeah.
7 different sushi places that I ate at last week. I have a different
Omakase.
sushi place for every night of the week.
She could just
you
get
know?
a green screen and fake all these appearances in their town.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. How
She's
could
like
they-
running by the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
right.
Jake, I heard you saying a lot of she. I was expecting a shoot you guys or something.
It's
that one
well,
time.
no, don't murder them. This is only the first
Oh,
question.
yeah.
I
Oh.
don't suggest murder until I'm at least half a bottle deep. You know what I mean? I don't think what they've done is bad enough for murder. I say play the long game. They're already dying on the inside a
Yeah.
little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So just help them speed it up with that process.
No, the
I say,
best torture is to let people live their whole life out.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
show them you're living your whole life out, you
Yeah.
know? And you just fucking like DM them shots of like the awesome restaurant you went to
Yeah,
or the
man.
awesome show, the awesome guy you just banged whose name you don't know.
We should
Just
start a
fun
company
stuff.
where we fake people's Instagram images
Yeah.
for them, just to make them look like they're living the
We
life.
call it digital revenge. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Uh-huh. And we just we DM people pictures of stuff that didn't happen but looks
Yeah.
like it did.
Not to be a party pooper, but there's someone in Bangladesh right now going.
No, they're rubbing their hands
Yeah.
together.
They're like, "Oh, you mean that business I started 20 years ago?"
but no, but
I was the first. I
No,
was
but
the
that's-
first
that's just-
Nigerian prince.
that's just likes. But we'll create content for them. They'll just look. They could be in a coma in
oh,
the
like
hospital.
deep
Yeah.
deep
Deep
fakes?
fake. We'll deep fake them living the life.
We'll deep fake it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think we answered that question.
Absolutely. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you have any questions to write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Give us your questions. Give us your comments. Here's one right there from Joel. Joel on YouTube says, Linda was a hell of a flute player. Her last name was Loveless, and it was a skin flute.
Oh, that's right,
But
Linda
still-
Lovelace, man. Yeah, that's
Hell
Is that
Yeah.
a porn star?
yeah, that's the most
Nice.
famous
That's Deep
porn
Throat.
star ever. Yeah,
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
not
that was from
ever.
Deep Throat.
Yeah.
That was the lady from Deep
Linda
Throat.
Lovelace, man.
Oh,
a,
yeah,
a
dude, that was
Colorado
a whole-
native.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that was the thing because she was like, oh, they made me do the movie, and then she was in Playboy after. It was the whole thing.
And both Grand Canyons.
Next question on the Love Gurus podcast.
Next question. Is my brother a problem? I'm 22 and I have 2 brothers who are 25 and 32. I'll call my brothers Bryson and Jim for anonymity. Jim found out that his ex-wife had been cheating on him for about a year and a half. They didn't have any kids. The divorce was simple. Around the time of their divorce, Jim started dating Melanie, who's 24. Melanie had been friends with Bryson since middle school. He's never said it out loud, but it's obvious that Bryson's had a thing for her for a very long time and that his feelings were never reciprocated. At least, it's obvious to me. Maybe it's not obvious to other people. Anyway, Jim and Melanie have been dating at this point for 9 months. As far as I know, Bryson has never said anything about it, and he has never acted like he had any issue with it. They go to family events all the time, and he's friendly with both of them and acts totally normal. Here's the weird part. My laptop broke, so I needed to attend a meeting for work, so I asked my brother Bryson if I could borrow his laptop. He said, sure, and lent it to me.
Oh, this is how Hunter Biden got caught. Don't do it, Bryson. Don't do it.
at one point, I accidentally minimized the window, and I saw a folder that was open, not closed all the way out, and it was filled. I mean, absolutely filled with every picture, post, and comment that Melanie had ever put on social media.
Oh, this is murderer shit.
And if you like and subscribe to the show now, you'll get access to that file.
Yes. Like and subscribe, people. Right there. Punch the button. Like and subscribe. We
Like
have the
and
file.
subscribe.
We have the file. We also have the Kennedy folder as well.
There are pictures of her where it doesn't even look like she's looking at the camera. Pictures taken from far away from years ago. It's like
He's
a
fucking
lot.
stalker.
Seriously. I didn't want to be nosy, but I didn't look that much, but I saw enough to know what was what. Is he stalking her?
He's fucking nuts.
I definitely don't think that this is normal. Who do I tell? I don't want him to think that I was snooping on purpose, but at the same time, Melanie and Jim are dating and happy. What do I do?
How old are these people? Do we know?
Yeah. So the person writing the question is the sister. So she's 22.
So hold on. It's the older brother's girlfriend, right?
Correct.
And the younger brother has a thing for the older brother's girlfriend?
Wait, so we know the question asker is a female?
Yeah,
That's his sister,
she
right?
says it, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so rolling back, so the person writing the question, female 22. She's the younger
Okay.
sister. She has two older brothers. The Bryson, the quote unquote stalker, is 25, and then the older brother Jim is 32. So and then there's Melanie, who's 24.
Right, that's the girl that Bryson likes.
has a massive crush
Let me ask
on
you,
Melanie.
do we know-
Melanie is dating Jim.
Is Bryson the same age as Melanie?
Yeah, so
see? So his older brother stole the fucking girl from his
So
age group.
Bryson's 25.
Oh,
The
man.
woman that
Leave
he's
your brother
obsessed
alone.
with is
Yeah, but
24.
Leave him
No, but-
alone.
but
I
wait,
totally
this is
thought
1
it was
year's
3
difference,
boys. I
though.
thought it was
This
3
is-
boys. Then I was just like,
I did
what
too.
dude?
Well, it doesn't
What
even.
dude scrolls through another dude's pictures? But it was like, no, sister.
Right.
I was like, oh, bingo.
It's definitely
bingo.
hard to bring it up. Then.
Jake, you have a-
I think that a younger brother.
You
would
have
do the
siblings,
same
Jake?
thing.
I
have
have
never.
2 younger brothers.
Two younger.
Yeah.
Have you stolen your younger brother's
No.
girlfriend?
That would be weird, but it's also like Bryson didn't really. Bryson sounds like a creepy covenant. Like she picked a good
Yeah.
name. She picked a good.
Yeah, that's a.
She Stephen King this one.
Okay.
She really did. Like she picked.
I think his
perfect
name. I
for
think
the
his name is
villain.
Brian.
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
it's just Bryce without the
Yeah,
M.
it's Brian,
She's
for
so
sure.
shitty at making
I'm
it.
I'm stepping up in Bryson's defense. I think
Oh.
that because Bryson and Melanie, it says that they went to
Yeah,
school
no,
together. to middle
I'm with
school.
you on that.
So I
Susan.
think so. I'm saying that I think that probably at
His brother's a
one point
predator.
in time, Bryson had a
He
big
was
crush
grooming
on,
that girl that was only
Yeah.
1 year younger.
Bryson
Yeah,
had
man.
a big crush on Melanie, and so he had all of these
It's a
pictures.
it's a
he liked
3-year
her,
difference?
But then,
I thought it was 1 year.
no, the Bryson and Melanie, it's only 1 year.
No,
24,
the
25.
brother and the older brother.
No, 32.
Oh, 30. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought
he's
you said
older.
the older brother was 25. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so
That's
again,
the
so
older brother's
Bryson,
32.
It's a bit.
Yes,
it's a,
the
it's a
oldest
bit of a
brother
gap.
is
It's a bit of
32.
an age gap. It's a bit of
Yo,
an age
dude,
gap.
his brother's a piece of shit. He stole his girlfriend.
7 year, I don't know.
Dude,
Bro.
But anyway.
it's not. Yeah, no, you're right. It's not for like a normal dating situation, but when you're dating a lady that your younger brother went to high school, it's a little weird.
Here's
It's
the thing,
a
though.
little,
He's fucked no matter
but
what.
again-
That girl is never
Yeah.
gonna like him.
But
Nah,
that's
nah.
what I'm saying. I think that he had these pictures, and it was, he had a thing for her. That's definitely very true.
Who leaves
But
his
now,
stuff?
no.
Okay.
But now the older brother is dating it, and I think that he's over. He just hasn't deleted the pictures because
Nah,
obviously
nah,
now.
nah. It was open, the file, she said.
was open,
he,
yeah.
he just squirted one out while looking at that thing.
He was just crying. And
It's even
coming and
worse.
crying
It's my
and
brother.
coming. Ah, like the whole time. It was awful.
I mean, honestly, are we going to the advice part right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
you
kill
can
your-
go wherever you
Oh,
want.
Kill your brother.
Producer
Kill your
Amy.
brother. That's your only chance at true love. Because this
Yeah.
is for her. This is not for Bryson. I didn't realize that.
Bryson's out there, man. Yeah, this is
Well, you give advice to
for
Bryson.
her. Yeah, she's the one writing. So, producer
Yeah.
Amy on YouTube says this is definitely the beginning of a murder mystery.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't call him. Call the police.
Yeah.
Sean on YouTube says tomorrow on the first 48.
100%.
He says this Bryson.
This is a murder
defense-
waiting to happen. I'm telling you right now. Well, here's the
Oh wait, Sean on YouTube says in Bryce's defense, I dated younger after my divorce. Yeah, I mean dating.
so
younger
did
is
I,
one thing.
dude. We
just-
all,
but-
that's.
But it's definitely weird if your younger brother went
It's
to
not
school with her.
honestly.
Like,
The age is not that big of a gap.
No, it's not.
The
It's not.
Oh, you guys just went over like a minute of like, oh my God,
Well,
older brother.
again,
Now you guys are flip
again,
flopping.
because I'm explaining.
Pick
I'm explaining
a
it different.
side.
I'm explaining the side. There's nuances here. Okay, it's not that weird.
The side depends on who took advantage.
Wait. It's the side is not like my side is that it's weird. Not just because of the age, but because his younger brother like went to high school with it. That's what makes it weird.
Yeah, that's what makes
the
it weird.
intimacy. That's
and it's
fucked
taking
up.
advantage.
But-
you know, like
Theoretically, Jim never knew that Bryce was into her.
Correct.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's true.
and that's his fault.
Yeah, that's our Bryson. That's the thing. Is it's different if they dated.
Yeah.
It's different if they dated. It's different if Bryson even said anything to Jim about it. If Jim has to just read this fucking creepy
He
shut
probably never did.
No, he's an
Yeah.
incel. That's why he has a
Yeah,
computer. He
it's
has
true.
an
It's
incel.
true.
Okay.
But this guy's gonna shoot up a supermarket.
He's
Again-
gonna shoot up a goddamn Target or something.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
I'm scared to shop in this fucking
Yeah.
guy's town.
Stay away from Hot
I would
Topics and
maybe
I'm
Houston.
going to
agree-
Batman movies around this motherfucker. Yeah.
I would maybe agree with you guys if all of the people in this question were 20 years older. However, Bryson's only 25. It's
That's a
whatever.
baby.
He had
yeah,
a
but
crush.
that's also the age that
He
shoots
had
up
a
fucking
crush.
schools.
Yeah.
He's now learned the lesson that you got to shoot your shot. You got
gotta
to.
Don't
shoot.
tell him to shoot.
Oh,
Don't tell him to shoot.
Don't shoot your shot.
Don't shoot anything, Bryson. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I guess in retrospect, that
There's gonna be
sounds worse
plenty
than
more
how I
women
thought.
to
Yeah.
stalk.
He's already buying
But you know what
extended
I'm saying?
magazine to shoot so
Yeah,
many shots.
he's learning the lesson that he needs to ask for what he wants.
Right.
And I think he's just going to totally move on and have a happy, normal life. He's
You-
not going to fuck up Jim's relationship.
Honestly, my honest advice would be that his sister wrote this, right?
Yeah.
She should go fucking talk to him because a guy, especially if it's his sister, he needs to hear a woman's perspective and
Yeah.
figure out like what the right thing to do. Your friends aren't ever going to tell you that shit. Honestly, it's
Right.
embarrassing. He should probably never tell anybody that he's keeping a secret folder of pictures of a woman he's in love with who's dating his brother.
That's pretty fucking wild.
So
dude. Yeah.
he needs. That's the
That's
point
crazy
of the
shit.
world of having a sister.
Again,
his sister
yeah.
needs to be like, dude, me and you need to speak. I know exactly what you're doing. I know the scenario. I know you're in love with fucking our brother's fucking girlfriend, and that shit's not healthy.
No.
She doesn't give a shit about you.
Absolutely
You're a
not.
young dude. You can get fucking a million other women. Just move the fuck on.
Could she, like,
And if she
indirectly-
tells him that, he'll take that advice. I guarantee.
Yeah,
you.
because you got to think, man. Like if you're Bryson, right? And this lady, what's her name? Jenny? Was it Jenny?
Doesn't matter. Just
Anyway,
continue.
and so Jenny fucks you after fucking your brother. Like that means Jenny's kind of fucked up if she's doing that.
Yeah, like-
you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
that's the
so
point.
you
Is like
didn't
either
want
way,
that.
if he got what he thought he wanted in the end,
Yeah.
his head would still be like, "Well, but she was with
Exactly.
my brother," and it's just all fucked up.
she'd be nutty if she's doing
You're-
that.
as a
If you're
sister,
fucking the sibling
as
afterwards, you're
a
nutty.
woman is much smarter than a man when it comes to 100% romance and love
Right.
and all that. It's your sister's job to tell you, like, dude, you're a fucking loser, idiot. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but yeah, Brett, what were you gonna say?
Could you say like indirectly, being like just like start watching like a lot of like television shows around him, like with like about stalkers, and be like, man, nothing creepier than stalking.
There's
Really?
a whole series on Netflix
I
about
like
stalkers.
that.
I know it, but
I
she
like
she,
that.
she could just start really planting it into his head. That this is
just
not
watch
okay.
you
Yeah.
for
But-
fucking 2 days
Yeah,
straight.
but by not actually
You,
addressing
that's
it,
you.
Yeah. Well, I
Because
There's
she
a
has to-
documentary
she
about
has to
incels.
admit-
Aren't they some creepy little fucks?
She
Ain't
has
that
to
weird?
admit she was snooping on his computer,
yeah.
Yeah.
For
like
sure.
in order to.
There's no way to do it
Yeah.
without that. It's got to be like an intervention style thing. It's got to be.
but an
we're
intimate,
sitting down.
Like
Yeah.
you don't have to. Don't pull the whole fucking family out. Be like, hey, Brandon's a fucking
don't
jerk
pull
off.
anybody out. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be
No,
just
be one on one.
the two of you. Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
Don't write random podcast shows over
Yeah.
the
You
internet.
Trust me, the less people that know about
here's-
this, the better.
Here's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying. You guys keep jumping to the worst case scenarios. I'm not saying that what this person's doing is healthy. However, again, let's just remember that there is a Richard Curtis-esque rom-com, note of this. Let's think about Love Actually, where the guy has the note card. I feel like I just fucking talked about this.
I-
Why do I have
yeah.
to keep reminding you of this movie?
Oh, because I still haven't watched
But
it.
Love
Sorry.
Love Actually,
I gotta
where
watch
it's the
it.
best friend. He's in love with the woman. He takes the creepy video of her getting married, then shows up on her doorstep on Christmas Eve, like, oh my God, I've always loved you. And then he just walks off and everyone's fine with it. And we're all like, oh my God, but he loved her so much. And we're fine with it. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you guys keep like, saying that he's going to like shoot up a target. I don't think that's true. I think sometimes hearts
Well,
just
you didn't see
get
Love Actually
broken.
too. I saw that. It was on 8chan. It was fucking
And
wild.
you are
It was-
underestimating the incel community.
That
man.
same guy was live streaming his next
Right.
little relationship, and it wasn't great. It
The
wasn't
wrath
great.
of the wrath of Bryson.
Yeah.
Bryson started listening to Q,
Yeah.
and now he's got ideas about why that lady wouldn't fuck him.
However, that being said, okay, let's go to final advice. My final advice for the person writing the question, the younger sister, is what you guys have already said. That I think that this is definitely a conversation that you have with Bryson. I think even cue up that clip of Love Actually, show that to him, and then say, "This is you." Now and then also emphasize the part where the guy walks away and goes, "That's enough." Like that's it. This is enough. Like move on. There's
Right.
other Melanies in your town. So yeah. What other final advice do you guys have?
I guess watch the film Love Actually.
Invest in some note cards. One of those big markers.
You
Like
want to know what's up with
chisel
the
tip
world.
markers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I think definitely you gotta talk to him because he's getting too fucking weird. And I'm not even necessarily concerned with his thing with her because, again, like we've said, she's never gonna sleep with him or hook up, like whatever. It's not gonna happen. And even if he did, like I was saying earlier, he wouldn't be happy with that long term because you never hear the story like, oh, well, she was sleeping with my sister and then she slept with me and then we were married happily for 40 years after that. Nothing fucking weird happened. Like, no, the girl who's going to do that is out of her goddamn mind and she's going to fuck some other family member of yours or a family member of hers or something's going to happen. It's going to be crazy. So you don't want that. Definitely have the intervention, just the two of you. Although it would kind of be funny if you had the whole family there. You know, if it started just doing it. I'm picturing that scene in Sopranos when they're trying to get Christopher to quit doing heroin.
You're a fucking heroin, cuz.
Why are you such an incel?
You
huh?
fucking, you other day, you fucking, you made a file on your computer with his pictures.
You're jerking off to your sister's girlfriend. What are you doing there? It's fucking weird, Christopher. It's weird. Stop jerking off to her. Bryce said.
Yeah, what about you? You jerking off on the
Bryson.
computer?
Maybe I want to jerk off to the and it'll be a whole thing. But I think what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to either tell him, you just gotta look at him and be like, are you gonna stop being an incel and doing this weird creepy shit with women? Yes or no? If he says yes, you make a promise to work on it. If he says no, because you know him, you know the look in your creepy brother's eyes.
I'm not going anywhere, bro.
Incels don't have a poker face. He's gonna sit there and go, "Yeah, I'm gonna quit being weird," and then you're gonna be like, "Nah, that's your liar." But yeah, I'm gonna keep being weird. And so you're like, "Okay, listen, we're gonna password protect your incel folder." You know what I mean? You can't just leave. So you teach you to be a better incel.
That's when you
because-
invest in bulletproofing.
I mean,
Yes.
you're literally just retelling the story of Rapunzel. Like,
Yes,
you have
you Rapunzel
You
him.
have to think of Rapunzel's name, and then he's gonna get unlocked.
That's
to the,
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, wait a second.
Rumpelstiltskin.
I was-
Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, I
Yes,
meant Rumpelstiltskin.
You gotta climb.
You
You gotta
gotta-
climb Jim's girlfriend's hair.
You gotta guess my name. What's my name? And then you can see freedom.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Rumpelstiltskin.
give him
God.
a Rumpelstiltskin.
Bryson.
Right on his foreskin. That's what I say.
Bryson.
But no, I say, yeah, teach him to be a better incel, man. He's got to hide that folder. Got to
Yeah,
hide that
bro.
folder. What are you doing? Who doesn't hide their creepy incel?
Incel
stuff,
is
you know?
ridiculous. There's such
He's probably at his job, updating his resume, and he like names it like resume, like an idiot.
Yeah. He's got one titled "Real Resume" and "Fake Resume," and he hit send on fake resume.
Jay, can you
Fucking dumb.
understand why incel exists? Because I can't.
I think people.
What's incel means? Involuntarily celibate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they not know that there is
Do you
prostitution?
Do you not know about
Yeah.
peanut allergies, or is that no?
I do.
They're allergic. They're allergic to labia. Is what you're suggesting? Like, every time I go down there, I just itch and I itch.
I didn't know labias had peanuts in them.
peanut allergies.
Is that why they don't give labia out on the
Yeah,
airplane
no,
anymore?
Peanut allergies are surprisingly suppressing.
Can I have some labia? I'm sorry, we don't serve those on the airline anymore.
I heard that the deep state is putting cashew butter in the.
Well, I mean-
Well, Josh, to answer your question, I think that the reason why incels are a thing now is basically because of the fact that women started to get to vote at some point in
Right?
time.
We
No,
never
they
should've
didn't.
done
When?
that.
When?
What?
When
Women
did that
started being
happen?
able to choose things.
Yeah.
When did that?
That's
Nobody told me about that. When did that happen?
And there was a lot of politicians that sounded silly back then. And they're like, if we let these broads start voting, they're going to be shooting up Batman theaters. These guys that can't.
They're gonna stop having sex with the losers
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
give them
They
a
got
choice.
peanuts in their labia.
And then those losers are going to start listening to QAnon on 8chan. Huh? And we were like, that guy sounds crazy.
Is this what your
But then-
podcast is about? You invite a couple guests over, then just drop hard facts. Women are allowed to vote now, and just get
Yeah.
a reaction. What?
That's questionable.
And then we take the other side. We're like, we should have, no schools getting shot up in Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? It's just
in Saudi Arabia, to this day, it is a free country, and there
That's
are
right.
no women voting over there.
you can safely watch Batman movies because women can't vote, and so there's no incels.
Apparently, right-wing Saudi Arabia guys sound like John F. Kennedy.
And I don't want them showing any hair or
And
any
don't
of their
blow
faces.
off the top of my head in a roofless car.
Okay. I think we answered that question.
Is she driving right now?
Whenever I'm like cooking or doing dishes and a girl offers to help, I always just shout something like, "Women don't know anything about washing dishes. You should stick to voting."
He makes them vote even in midterms when no one else does.
Right?
Are you going to vote? No, I'm not doing that.
Even
It's a
in
fucking
local
midterm.
elections.
You're voting for alderman. I don't know what that is, but you're going to vote.
You'll pick the comptroller.
All righty.
Next question, I think.
Next question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions into the Love Gurus podcast at yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take our next one from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
Next question. Tech transparency. Is it a sign of mistrust? We're both 25 and we've been dating for 3 years. We lived together for almost 2. We both had partners that cheated on us in the past and acknowledge that we have some issues that we need to work on our own and together, but mostly it's behind us. We both agree that it's important, especially since we live together, that the other has full access to computers and phones as a sign of trust. He could go through my phone, I can go through his whenever. We usually don't do it. Again, it's just a symbol of how trusting we are of each other. I think twice in the time that we've lived together, I've had a sudden, unfounded panic to go through his phone, and he says that he's only gone through mine once. In the beginning, we also snapped
Who
each other.
admits to that?
We also
This shit's so unhealthy, but keep going.
Wow.
in the beginning, we also snapped each other frequently while apart to show where we were on the snap map and what we were doing. But
It's already a crazy unhealthy relationship.
Yeah, this is
But this has
disgusting.
also turned
Wow.
into a sweet check-in with each other. I also just feel safer knowing in case of emergency.
Oh, dude.
We've never really felt that this was abnormal. Honestly, even expected when in a relationship. I feel like the one thing that's abnormal is me being okay with him reading my diary, but he says he never will. Yesterday, all of this came up in a conversation with some couple friends that we haven't seen in a while. They were very much of the opposite of us. They never use each other's phones. They didn't know each other's passwords. They thought that tracking each other was creepy. They were very much suggested that we were codependent and needed to go to therapy for this. Just made me reconsider things. Maybe it's a sign that we don't trust each other rather than the other way around. What is the norm and what's expected in terms of tech transparency? I think this question doesn't really need a recap. I mean, these kids are 25. Let's be honest. Like,
They're both losers.
You all, if you're 25, like, you're already on all the apps anyway. Like, if you're dating someone, like, that person knows where you are all the time.
I feel like Bryson from the last question found a lady who's as creepy as weird as him.
Right.
And so this works out. Like, who else? This is sort of like accidentally, this is two unicorns finding each other fucking and repopulating
100%.
the unicorns. That's what this is. Because if you, almost any other normal person, 25, whatever, if it's like, hey, let's do a fun, like, couples thing where we just go through each other's phones and tell each other all, it's like, no. How about we know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
These people are meant for each other. They are both
Well,
as desperate
but
and
here's-
lonely as possible.
Well, here's a question, though. I mean, there are times where, if you're in a long-term relationship where, it's like something happens and you need to use a phone, you don't have yours for whatever reason. what do you think is normal? Like, is it normal for you to know your partner's password to his or her phone?
No. First of all, I let my wife get access to my phone if she wants it.
Right. Sometimes you need to use it. Sometimes you need to legit
And the crazy
use it.
thing is, like, I have PTSD from when I used to be a piece of shit, with other relationships. When I give it to her, I'm like,
right.
You know, but like in my head, I'm like, you idiot, you've been completely loyal to this person for over 2 years, you know. But like, still in the back of my head, I'm like,
right. It's like Pavlov's dog. It's just like I'm gonna get slapped for something that's
my mouth is wetting. I'm in big time trouble. Man.
So your wife knows the password to your phone.
Yes, yeah. It's. I shouldn't say it on this thing. It's the password to everything I have, basically.
Nice.
Okay,
nice.
definitely do not.
Yeah,
Say
I got like 1, 2, 3 passwords. Yeah, I mean,
I'm like,
Brett,
I have
what do you
mental
think?
problems.
Like, if you,
I'm totally fine with like my partner know my password, but if I ever catch them snooping, it would be like a total like deal.
That's
like
weird.
in the sense, like,
that's where
you can have the password, but if I see you doing it without asking,
Well, it's like, hey, listen, if you're trying to plan a surprise party, you need to get in my contacts. I get it,
Right.
But like,
I can't find my phone. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, but like I've totally had the like, hey, I dropped your phone, then I picked it up, and my finger almost like accidentally opened the text, and then scrolled up a bunch, and then who's Cassie? And you're like, okay, that wasn't an accident at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was the problem. My problem
Yeah.
with this scenario was that they had like a planned time where they would just swap phones and go through
It's
each
weird.
other's phones.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird.
Like,
you can't do that.
means
with
you're going
with most
into
people.
a situation with like
that's
zero
how,
trust.
That's not how I interpret it. I interpret it more of like
That's
if
healthy.
there was a situation where one person felt insecure
That's
for whatever
ridiculous.
reason.
That's
If
ridiculous.
you start feeling like that, then your
That's
relationship's
ridiculous.
not.
Yeah, you should
No, it's
never
not
feel
great.
like.
Well, you shouldn't, but I feel like a lot of people do if they've had really bad experiences in the past, or some people are just paranoid in general. That said, taking that out in a weird way on your current partner for whatever the last ones did is fucked up.
Self-sabotage.
It is. That said, these two self-sabotagers
They're
found
made
each other.
for
That's
each
why I'm
other.
saying.
No,
They're
they're-
unicorns.
That's good.
Honestly,
I'm
they've-
like, dude,
that they could both do that and be
Yeah.
okay with it. You guys found.
Yeah.
You guys are meant to be together.
they're
man.
sort of like
If they're
each
both,
one
if they're
had
both
a,
authentically cool with it.
yeah.
Yeah, find somebody as fucked up as you.
But like I'm thinking like imagine like your mom texted you being like, I don't like your new girlfriend. She dresses like a slut, and then you're like, hey, you just need to get to know her.
That happened
and
to a
stuff
friend.
like that, and you can like talk her down, but like you never want your significant other to see that text.
My friend
Yeah.
was
You
know what I
engaged
mean?
to a
Like-
woman, and that happened, and she went into his phone and
Yeah.
saw messages from his mother complaining about her.
Yeah.
and it broke off their shit. You know,
Really?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah.
and that's the kind of thing you can hide from your partner. Like you should.
She
hide
was
that from
so
your partner.
offended.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say because I definitely like I get going through a phone if you think that like someone's cheating. But
It wasn't
like,
that. It
but
was
that-
the mother
That's a little
complaining
yeah.
about her.
Yeah, I don't know, but also like in that instance, I like it's almost like maybe she did that because she thought the relationship was so. You
Well,
know what I mean? Like
the truth of the matter
because
is,
a strong relationship
Susan,
would be like
if you want to be with somebody, you're gonna bypass a lot of bullshit. You're not gonna look for like
that's what
little
I'm saying.
things.
The
to, like-
relationship is probably
That's
already
and at the
over.
end of the day, I mean, that's like the best advice you can give to your callers is like if somebody is looking for a way to sabotage your relationship, they don't really want to be with you.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's the cool thing about having a mom that bounced when I was 9.
Yeah.
Whenever she sends me insults about my wife, I just laugh about them. Like, look what my stupid mother just said about you.
Yeah.
And then we both
I haven't cared about this for the last 30 years.
yeah, like, why LOL now? Like, I don't care.
I
you know?
just I don't. Anytime like my partner hands me his phone, it's always like I'm always like holding it as if I have all of my fingers and thumbs have been cut off. It's like, oh, here's your phone back.
Right.
Like I don't touch
Your
anything
phone,
else.
me lord.
It's almost like I'm showing
I
to
wasn't
whatever
scrolling.
security camera I'm
Yeah.
near. I didn't touch anything else.
You're like a teenager in a hoodie at night getting pulled over by the cops. It's, like, it's just a phone.
Yeah.
It's just a phone. I swear. It's just a look
Yeah.
at that. Look at that.
We could do that, Jake.
I'm guilty of. I've totally like looked over like my partner's shoulder like when she got like a text and like
Really?
but you know, right away I'm like, oh, I feel
Wow.
guilty. But like I've also like been like using her phone and
Ladies and gentlemen, Bryson.
and her ex will text and I'll be like I'll just hand it to her like Matt just texted you.
Whoa.
And I don't read it whatsoever.
Wow.
I
Who's
just
Matt?
let her know that I saw it.
Who the fuck is Matt?
I guess
bro?
like I
Yeah,
don't
dude,
like,
who's mad? I
Yo,
don't.
who the fuck is
Yeah.
I
Matt?
don't. Dude, who the fuck
I don't
is
like
Matt?
that.
I don't like Matt.
Can
at
you
all.
text your wife right now
Ask
or
her
your
who Matt
girlfriend?
is.
and
No,
be like,
we're
Ask her who
broken
Matt
up
is.
now.
oh, we'll text
There
her
you go,
anyway.
dude.
We
I
still
blame
want to
Matt for
know.
that. Dude, that's
Is
me.
she-
You should have
is
been
she
on
back
top of it. You
together
should
with
have nipped it in the bud.
Oh, I
You
don't
should have
know.
nipped it in the bud.
Maybe.
I think Matt's at fault.
I guess I will say like it would when I see like let's say that like if my partner's phone's like on the couch or something and I hear like a text, I will tap it and just see what the name is. But again, also that name doesn't matter.
I'm just knocking on wood right now. Whoops, did I knock on a phone?
That's why every phone and every name in my phone is Mom.
Mom 1, Mom 2, Mom 3, Mom 4.
That's my mom.
Yeah. My mom's been texting. I mean, again, like I think that. 100%. He knew he had a problem and he was asking for help. What's wrong with that?
I agree. 100%. He knew that he's given her the laptop and she can access it. He was like, please tell me I'm a loser.
Say something before I go to Target.
Exactly. He's like, seriously, I'm going to murder our family.
Yeah. It's going to be that goddamn Pearl Jam song, Jeremy, tomorrow. Sean on YouTube says, so they trauma bonded. Go to couples therapy if you want to last. Joel on YouTube says, I'm surprised they don't have a joint Facebook account. He says, I think as long as she has her Tinder and OnlyFans shortcuts hidden, she'll be fine. Yeah.
If you follow and subscribe, we'll have those in the description.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Her OnlyFans is half off the rest of this month.
I think there's a good chance that he might not be as on board as she's laying it out, too.
Oh, you think so?
What do you mean?
That it's kind of like
she's not really all the way down?
No, I think,
she sort of, like, they sit down and she's like, hello, Michael. Is it time to look through your phone? Anything you'd say it like that?
You can look through mine because I have nothing to hide. Yeah. I think she came at him with that energy.
My penis
That's
just
a good
inverted.
Point. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point, dude, because I, again, like to err against the person writing the questions when they skip over details, and of course she's going to make it out like this guy's kind of cool with it when you're like, wow, who the fuck would be cool with that other than the person who suggested it?
Yeah.
I think she suggested it and he was like, well, fuck, man, she just showed me hers. Like, what am I, you know what I mean?
I gotta show my cards.
I can show my cards.
Just like, Michael, can I go through your phone or do you kill another one of your fish?
Yeah. I think she had.
He always gives it to me.
She was holding his rabbit by the ears over a bowling pot of water. It was like, phone or bunny, and she. He gave
I got another idea for a company.
We're very open with each other.
Michael's got like a pet turtle and she's got a straw. I'll shove it through his nose. I'll shove it through his nose. I swear to God.
Why do I have your turtle with a weird mask? Because I am Shredder. I'm going to go at him like
How about
Shredder.
this, Jake? Relationship phones. We start a company and we just give you an extra phone that you hold on to. That's for your relationship.
A burner phone?
Right, again.
So whenever you're going through some shit, you just pass them your relationship phone.
Like, it's like The Wire.
Yeah, they open it up and it's just
the
like...
The person in Bangladesh is just like, I mean, are these guys stuck in 1994?
Yeah,
they're just...
I hope they have a machine.
The movie Clueless was more technologically advanced than all of the business ideas that you guys have pitched.
Oh, yeah. This Bangladeshi guy's a guest in the show. You sound fantastic.
I'll have you know this is being recorded on a relationship phone.
Yeah, I get. So I think my final advice for these people is: listen, it definitely how you're saying it, that it's a routine thing, that it's you have to go through it every once in a while. That is in itself unhealthy. If there's suspicion, sure, but again,
just break up with them if you're suspicious.
No, because I don't think that this is a them thing. They're not just breaking up and ending the relationship and then moving on. What they're going to do is find two other poor souls to terrorize, essentially. Oh, yeah. So they need to either fix this in their relationship now.
Destroy each other.
Yeah, or destroy each other.
Folks destroying each
so
other.
you just need to, first of all, remember that, just if you enjoy being in the relationship, that's the most important thing. And
just remember that we're all miserable and we're all going to die sad, miserable.
And also, I think get on board with like the young kids. Everyone's like poly these days. Everyone has an open relationship. It's just like, just get over yourself. Oh my God! Someone cheated on me. It's the worst thing. Have you ever met Liz Taylor? Okay, she lived through it.
So are you pro or anti-poly?
I'm pro. Of course I'm pro.
Pro-poly.
I mean,
I'm anti. I've never had sex with a sea creature. What are you guys talking about? All those arms.
Myself wouldn't actively be in an open relationship or a poly relationship or whatever. but if me and my partner are together for 20 years and he came and was like, I want to have sex with someone else, I'd probably be like, fine, but while I'm watching Jeopardy.
That's one hell of a kink.
I don't care if you cheat on me, just don't disturb me.
I just don't. Yeah,
That would be double Jeopardy.
I just don't. I wouldn't want him to cheat on me while I was like bored.
Yeah.
Sure.
But if I'm like having a good time and he did it, I'd be like, okay. It's almost like agreeing to watch a show together.
So it's like if he buys you a ticket to a fun play, then he could play on his own, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we're not there yet, but I'm saying this is like
Wow,
20
man.
years
Wow.
down. This is 20
Yo,
years.
you're a great woman. You're one of the greats.
Suzanne's like the opposite of the lady from this question. The lady from this question is like, I think we should have a fun date night where
That's
we go through each other's
why the
phones. What do you think?
lady is a tramp.
But also, that being said, I would never do the same to him, but that's mostly just because I'm really
Because I'm a better person.
No, it's because I'm really lazy.
You're too lazy to cheat.
I literally couldn't be asked
Like-
to find
It's
another.
like, well, I don't have any morals,
Well,
but I
you're a
also
woman,
don't have
though.
the time.
You don't really have to ask. You just go out and present.
like
in the jungle.
I'm so busy that day.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but just going out and finding dudes in the jungle, the older you get, the worse those dudes get. You know what I mean?
And Jake's been to the jungle.
Yeah.
He served a tour there.
Yeah. I've been in deserts, jungles. I've been in cold Arctic hellholes.
Yeah,
I've been in all
Bit
kinds of
tundra.
places. Yeah. Yeah, I was considered a loser there too, and trust me, I can tell you, as the loser dude who's just kind of there, you know what I mean? Who
Still
you get
getting
when you just
laid.
present. Yeah, I've gotten worse with time, and so have the rest of us. And so it's like, yeah.
What other final advice do we have for this question?
What was the question again?
First, before we do the final advice, Joel on YouTube says, I think he says, I may die sad and miserable, but I won't be alone. I'm taking a bus load with me. He says, who am I kidding? I can't afford bus fare.
Give it up for Bryson, everybody.
Dude, how shitty would it be if you were a suicide bomber, but you're like, I forgot my
I don't
wallet.
have bus fare.
I can't get on the bus. I was so concerned about the bombs, I forgot to grab the goddamn Metro cards, and now I look foolish.
Jihad
All the other
starts
bombers are
with
going to be making
preparation.
fun of me. I got to go back to the compound. Bombs still strapped to me.
That would be the worst. I have nightmares like that all the time. Like I'm about to blow up a bus and I forget my Metro card.
Especially if you told people at the compound what you were about to do, then you show back up, and they're like,
I'll be
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
I'll be back.
Next time you guys see me, I'm going to be balls deep in a bunch of virgins. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I just come
Yeah.
back
with the
bombs
Because
still
you can't,
attached.
you can't make up the excuse you forgot your keys because clearly you weren't going to come back.
yeah.
If anyone got
Yeah.
$1.75, I can borrow. Does anybody get $1.75? It costs $1.75 to get into paradise today, guys.
Yeah.
I couldn't swing it.
You get caught jumping the fucking fair with your suicide belt on.
I watched a
You get
documentary.
tackled going over the steps. And the guy's like, what the fuck is this? Is this a suicide bomb? Holy shit.
I watched a documentary about the 9/11 hijackers, and one of them tried to get a hooker the night before.
Oh, why
for
wouldn't you?
9/11?
Of course, yeah.
And then asked the price and said, no, that's too
I
expensive.
remember.
Oh,
I heard
yeah,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
That's the most
Wow,
Middle Eastern thing
bro.
ever, dude. He deserves extra virgins for that.
I know.
Fuck yeah.
Can you
I know.
imagine being worried about sending your expense report
Fuck
when
yeah,
you know
dude.
you're gonna die?
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay?
I can't.
Like I can't justify $400 for
I
a
know I don't
blowjob.
need it tomorrow, but I can't in good conscience. It's against my culture to get hustled like this.
But in his head, he's like,
Wait,
I'm getting
I
72
wanna-
virgin
wait.
the
blowjobs.
last thing I do
Okay,
on this planet
I
is
wanna-
take a bad deal. No, I'm not doing
Virgin
it.
blowjobs are full of teeth.
I want to know.
Leave your
more,
dick looking like some of that
I wanna know
zebra
more
gum.
about this. I want to know more about this story. Like I don't understand.
I think I give you all the details I can remember of it.
because I don't understand like how this hooker is like, oh yeah, I slept with.
So
the
basically,
9/11
George
guy.
Bush blew up
Well,
the
no,
World Trade
That
Center.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
called
I
like
mean,
an escort
I heard
service.
Pelosi was involved. I don't know.
And he asked what it would cost for an escort to come over, and when he got the price, he was like, it's too much.
I heard that. I
Fucking
remember
rules,
that.
dude.
Why? That makes no
He
sense.
just became my favorite 9/11 bomber.
That
I
is-
love this guy.
That is.
Don't make me choose my favorite.
You know, like when you die, like all your regrets flash between your eyes, and he just goes to a whole Rolodex of regrets, and the last one is like, I could have. As the plane, he's pushing it into the thing. He's like, oh Lord,
I had it.
But it also may.
But
been
he's
just
used
like,
to paying for blowjobs in denarii. I mean, the exchange rate.
Yeah, well, that's what
That's
it
what I'm
was.
saying. He may have just like logistically not had enough money and like no
That could have been
access
it,
to an
yeah.
ATM.
Mhm.
That,
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that he didn't.
They
he
were
was like,
funded
oh,
by
oh,
Bin
it's
Laden, who's a
too-
billionaire.
No,
that's true.
But he physically, what's he going to do?
Take note
Get
of that,
Bin Laden
fellow
to wire
jihadists.
him
Yeah.
through, like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Keep
Like,
track of your
he may have
expenses.
just not
Yeah, that's
had
right.
physically enough money, and like he was going to go blow
Sure, they
people
make it
up
sound good on
it.
paper.
What do you know?
What if he did have
Yeah.
enough money? If he's like, no, that's clearly overpriced.
I love the idea of that. I
yeah.
love the idea. Of that.
That he is like, you're not worth fucking
That's why.
$300.
That's why he's
But
my
I'll-
favorite
I'm a
jihadi.
bargain shopper.
He is.
But also,
maybe she
isn't
showed up.
Isn't the whole? It
and he
wasn't
was
the
just
whole.
looking at it like, dude, it's
Yeah.
Wasn't the whole point? It's like basically like against capitalism. So maybe like that was his
I don't think that's what
stance
it's
against
about.
capitalism of like listen, listen.
I don't think
Well, but-
jihad's against
No,
capitalism.
but with
Yeah,
it
I don't
kind of
know.
is.
It's
It
not
kind
like
of.
communism.
It's well,
Yeah,
no,
I don't know.
it's not
jihad's
about
just
communism.
against
No,
everybody
it's,
else
well, it's
who's
against
not-
the Western world.
who
It's,
doesn't follow the-
it's about the people who aren't with like really hardcore like
Islamic
But there
values.
has to be
Yeah.
but there has to be
It's
like
not
a,
so much an economic.
there is
thing.
like an ingrained. I mean, it's like so. Like, what would you call? Like, would you say like the UAE are like socialists?
Oh, they're
I mean,
certainly
kind
not.
of.
No,
they're
not.
billionaires.
But,
But- no,
they're oil barons.
Right, but the thing is,
You know what though?
it's
Actually,
not
Susan,
that-
you're kind of right. I
But
mean,
you- but you see what I'm
but
saying,
that's
like,
a very
there's a-
small country with a small demographic of
Yeah,
people
but I'm just saying,
with
like,
a
if you're
tremendous
gonna,
amount
like,
of wealth.
paint this like anyway. I don't know where I'm going.
They
I don't
just
think
don't
it's
like
gonna
the
get better.
outside influence on just like the Middle Eastern, like Islamic world. Like that's what they were kind of fighting. It wasn't like
I
well,
guess
we
my
don't like
question
bosses
is,
and
what,
everyone should get paid. The
like,
same. Like, it
would
wasn't-
you consider like, what sort of like economic structure is associated with jihadists?
With
is
jihadists?
Is it like communism? Is it socialism?
No, I don't think-
Is
because
it
I don't think it's about-
I thought you were going to ask this
economy.
on this relationship podcast, so I prepared.
No, I would think even in
It's a
No,
the-
I
it's a
want to
theocracy.
hear.
Even-
Right, yeah,
hear
it's
Brett's.
like
I want to hear
religious and
Brett's
shit.
prepared
oh,
response.
I thought he was just making a joke.
No, I want to hear Brett's prepared response. How
Well-
dare you guys talk over him? When
Yeah,
he
we
clearly
forgot to tell you.
prepped
It's gonna
for the
get
episode.
weird and geopolitical. on
As
this
an
I mean-
Israeli, I can tell you, Arabs are 100% capitalists. like every other smart, intelligent human being on this
I
planet.
get that. Yeah.
It's capitalism. That's what keeps the world going
Right.
safe. Communism is a beautiful idea. Socialism is a beautiful idea. The unfortunate fact is that humans are the most corrupt creatures that ever existed. And when you plug human beings into communism and socialism, we corrupt it because we think about ourselves. We don't think about everybody else. On paper, communism, socialism.
I don't think you've ever been to Sweden.
Again, you're talking about a super small on a small scale. Socialism and communism can exist.
When they're like socialism, communism is a different thing because now that's where like the government's running all that shit as well.
Right.
And see, the thing is like the same guys who are working their way to the top on Wall Street,
Right.
and just like I want to drain 401ks and do cocaine off underage whores on
Right.
Epstein's Island. Those same guys are going to be like, I'm going to work my way to the top of this communist.
Right,
Like,
right,
so
and then they get in
yeah.
power.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same human condition
Yeah.
to grab power.
Right,
and when,
right.
and when you set up a society based on socialism and communism, the natural human instinct completely fucks up the whole situation. If people could be honest, if people were kind and they were loving and they really cared about their fellow person,
Yeah.
communism, socialism would be a utopia.
And I'll sum it up because there's a need to haggle. There's a need to try to get a deal in his life. The same reason that communism will never work is the same reason that the 9/11 suicide bomber wouldn't pay all that money to get his dick sucked. You know what I mean?
because $300 is too much for a
That's it,
blowjob.
yeah. I don't care what I was going to do with it the next day. I'm not getting robbed today. It's the principle of the matter.
I might not be here tomorrow, but I'm not paying that much.
Just in case my flight gets delayed, I may need that 300.
All right. I think we answered that question.
I think we did. Next question on the Love Gurus podcast.
Last question.
Yes, yes. Actually, is there any more? Is there any more comments there while I get this music ready?
I can't read that far.
Okay. My computer locked up here. 1 second.
Yeah, can I just say,
ready.
Jake has amazing eyes because I look at these comments and I have no idea.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about this
Eagle
before.
eyes, dude.
No,
Yeah.
like Jake and I again. We both have educations from the Midwest, and so I'm only a slightly better reader than Jake is. But Jake I just can't see that far.
Yeah, that was
So
the thing.
Jake
But
is
my
the
school
reader.
district was so shitty that we all had to use the same book. You know what I mean? The teacher would just hold it up at the beginning, at the front of the class, and we would just have to read it. And I was like, "See, teacher, it's too far." They would hit you with the ruler and be like, "You ain't pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You ain't trying hard enough."
Yeah.
And Jake, you were a sniper in the military, right? You were assigned to the
I was a
the
sniper,
kindergartens
but
and the
I was
enemies.
11B. I was 11 Bravo, just regular old.
I was just talking shit, man. I didn't mean to get.
Oh
have to go
no! But it was close. I was infantry.
Was I?
Yeah,
All right, that's a good guess.
I was
man.
infantry.
I'm
yeah.
Mossad. No big deal.
No, dude. Honestly, dude, sniper school would be the shit. Like the training would be awesome, but like actual sniper missions are fucking shitty. You have to just lay there for like days sometimes in one place.
Oh, I saw that movie.
My ex-wife.
I saw that movie with,
No respect. The sniper get no respect.
I saw that movie with Bradley Cooper. He does lay there for like a really long time.
Oh, that movie's terrible.
Yeah.
Dude,
but then it's like Bradley Cooper, so it's okay.
I like the idea of getting to use M14s a lot. You know what I
Right.
mean? M14s are the shit.
Right.
Love shooting those things.
What's the 50?
training.
What's the 50 caliber one?
I've never actually fired the 50 cal sniper rifle. I fired the 50 cal crew serve machine guns.
Okay.
Like the ones up in the turret. I
the
fired those a
multiple.
bunch.
Yeah.
The
You
mounted
never
one.
did
M2s,
the
mounted
50
ones.
sniper, right?
Not the 50 sniper. No, I've
man.
done belt fed automatic versions of that. with
Yeah.
the Boom, 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 boom.
But that's not accurate. I'm talking about like you shoot someone from like
Yeah.
half a mile away.
Oh, I'll
with
still
a
get them half a
fucking-
mile
Whoa,
away.
whoa,
Really?
whoa, whoa,
I
whoa.
was like,
Let's
just
try
gotta use
it.
more
Let's-
bullets.
More than a mile.
Let's
Just got to use more ammo, baby.
Hey, Bryson, you paying attention? These are the weapons.
That's right. You pull
Last
any of your incel shit around me, I'll fuck you up.
murder talk on this podcast.
It's not murder if you do it for God and country. They give you a medal for it.
It's murder sports.
You hear that, Price?
Okay.
I'll get a medal for your ass.
All right, this is over to you, Dick Cheney. Okay.
right.
Last
May he
question.
get his
Last
sixth heart
question.
when he needs it.
Last question.
Last question. I love. Oh no! I got to read the comments.
Oh, okay.
Who am I kidding? I can't. Jake was going to blow the bus up, but he didn't have correct change. He said, per diem was for him to eat, not for someone else. Producer Amy on YouTube says, "Amazing eyes." Horrible reading skills. Yeah. Anytime you hear me stutter with a thing, I'm seeing the letters perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm just like, these things, great. This thing right here, not so good.
It's more along the, like, it goes back to the 9/11 thing. Like, so if you had more than enough money to ride the bus, but they didn't have change, and that was your reason not to get on, you were like,
Right.
no.
Yeah. It turns into a Rain Man. It's
you
like when
bet
they're
a
asking
$5
them-
bill, and they're like,
Yeah.
it's $1.75. We got no change, and you're like,
Yeah.
then no, I'm not getting on.
It's like when they ask the Rain Man, what's $1.25 minus 75 cents, and he just doesn't know.
Definitely jihad.
That's me trying to blow up a bus right there.
Gotta watch Wheel of
Yeah.
Fortune. Gotta watch Wheel of Fortune. Gotta watch Wheel of Fortune.
Gotta blow a bus.
He's blowing up a bus, quoting Wapner and shit.
My older brother's banging my
Who's on
love
fire?
of my life. My older brother's banging love of my life.
Such a great film. Okay,
Love me
last
some
question.
Rain Man. Last question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you've got questions to write in, write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. Or even better, watch it on YouTube live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. For right now, we're going to take our last question from the wild animals on Reddit.
Last question. I'm jealous of my husband's coworker. I'm 29, my husband is 36. He never gave me a reason to be jealous or to suspect anything, but there have been small things that really bother me. His coworker uses him for relationship advice. She always asks about her dudes. And I just found out that she calls him cute and cuddle bear, which are disturbing in themselves. But also, I mean, I have a coworker that I call bear, teddy bear, cuddle bear as well. So maybe it's normal.
I mean, talk about the kettle cheating on the pot and getting mad about it.
Yeah.
She seems weirdly... the coworker also seems weirdly fixated on involving me. Like, she's overly friendly. Asks me and we all to go out to eat.
Guys, look, I spelled
see a
the thing
movie.
wrong up above in the scroll. I put Ellis. Yes, that's right.
Ellis of my husband.
I want
Yeah.
some more football. Okay. She seems weirdly fixated on and involve me in everything. Like, she's overly friendly, asks me to go out to dinner. And I'm sometimes stuck going out with her alone. I don't know how I feel about that.
She's gonna fuck your fucking husband and your
They have
boyfriend.
some.
Yeah.
They have some
It's gonna be
contact
brutal.
privately, and often have video calls during work of
Yeah, it's
talking
over.
private stuff, not just work. That's fine. But a few days ago, there was a video chatting, and I had a work call, and they just went mute so that they were audible while I was on my call. Why not just hang up? my husband's always very open and always tells me everything. And I've read messages, and he does often talk about me. When she calls him cute, he kind of always works into the conversation that he's married, etc., etc. I don't know if I don't want to make it awkward for him at work because they obviously work very closely together. Please help with some advice. I think it's fine.
Oh,
That shit ain't fine. Your husband, he's fuck. They're gonna fuck the first second they get a chance.
They're
to.
about to cheat on each other.
100%.
Cute and cuddle bear?
No,
Are you kidding me?
I don't think they're gonna fuck immediately. They're gonna fuck eventually.
I think it's too obvious.
No, man.
I think it's
No, when it's obvious, it's obvious. They're
no,
I mean,
no.
They are on
I think
the
it's- I
cusp
think
of
I
fornication.
think they're so obvious about the relationship that they aren't going to have
Actually,
an affair.
no.
I'm starting to side with Suzanne on this one.
Because here's what I'm saying. It's like the one that you're like, oh no, Trisha didn't call me. She didn't.
Yeah.
He's like open. Oh, they're talking.
Yeah, because he's a smooth
on
operator.
Teams, like having a conversation,
Smooth
and he's just like whatever.
operator.
He's too open
No,
about
he's
it.
being
For
no,
to
he's
be
being
fair.
he's being a player. He's being smart.
I just-
That
No,
he
I
knows
mean,
100% that woman wants to fuck him.
There's a chance.
does
There's
that.
a chance that these guys might. However, I think that they're sort of. You know how the last couple was like, we're just going to go through each other's phones while we play slow jazz in the background.
Yeah, that's
That
all
way
Oh,
our
I thought
romance,
the
you know?
last couple was
Like-
like from Jihad.
Oh, that was a jihad
a
couple.
lot's happened.
Yeah, lots happened. Amy says, Suzanne, I'm on the guy's side with this. She says, Jake, stay on my side. No, here's the thing. I was on your side. Suzanne convinced me. And because I was thinking about it,
Fine.
and not only is this guy not trying to hide it, but the fact that she's like, oh, I call my coworker Cuddle Bear. Those are two really very specific names.
For example,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
like
I
it's
went.
too fucking weird.
It's like I go to the doctor, and the receptionist, for whatever reason, whenever I go there, she goes, "Oh, just sign in, my love," and I'm like, "Not your love. Weird that I'm going into the doctor and you're."
Wait,
sort
is
of
she
using-
British though?
No, it's just I think she's like Eastern European or something like that.
Okay, but that you
But
know.
it's just like she's like,
Wow,
"Oh,
and you were
sign in."
cold to her?
Oh no, I am lovely. I am lovely.
Why
in
would
all
you?
my
Why would you?
interactions.
Why would you shoot her down? She was just being sweet.
Yeah, but someone's about to look in my vagina, and the
Well, was she
receptionist
the
is
doctor?
saying-
That was the
The
receptionist.
receptionist is saying my love.
Eastern Europeans will
But
call
she-
you my love, and like far Eastern Europeans will call you Cuddle Bear. It's
Yeah.
just a way.
Sure.
I've never been to a gynecologist, but I'm pretty sure
This
the,
is the most
never
Serbian
been?
question.
Oh
the
my God.
receptionist doesn't give you the inspection,
You
right?
haven't lived,
I mean,
man.
not-
Book
not-
an appointment.
Seriously. Yeah.
Not unless you tip them. Not unless you tip them.
Get your legs in those stirrups, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll bet you
Yeah.
also don't know what kale is. Am I right? Up top.
Well, what is kale?
I mean, look. I
I'm a
usually
vegan, okay, Susan. So
they usually don't give pap smears to balding dudes who kind of look like chubby Steve Buscemi's.
Right.
But if you pay them enough, they will. You know. So
Yeah, of
it's
course you can.
yeah, you can get
that's a
anything.
pop schmear.
Yeah. give me a poppy smear. That's what I say. And it's poppy smears cost
This-
$575.
They're
To
like
me,
$8 at the bodega.
It feels like it's a cheating.
You see how cheap it is in Eastern Europe. My God, even with the plane ticket.
It's a cheating stalemate.
rubles.
It's like two nations that both have nukes, and they just know that like they both have like someone to like retaliate cheating with in
Yes.
their back pocket.
Yeah.
the moment it happens.
So
I like
if
that.
I understand what you're saying, you're suggesting
Mad,
that in the
mutually
event that
assured
they get
destruction.
divorced, then she would be the first person to step up to the plate.
no, I think that it's a ticking time bomb for both.
yeah,
of them.
I think the
Really?
second
It's
they
a
get,
ticking time
Yeah.
bomb. It's 100% a ticking time bomb.
Dude, the second they get divorced, both of them are going to cheat instantly. The
What
nukes are going to be
divorce?
flying.
Okay,
It's gonna happen
okay.
before the divorce.
The second there's-
I get what you guys are saying, but here's why I don't think it's like that big of a deal is because the fact that she says that the coworker is always involving her. The coworker always wants her
that's
around.
She's playing 3D
That's
chess.
yeah. Come on, man. Red
Yeah.
knows.
Really?
Of course,
Yeah.
man. Of course.
Nah.
She's like she'll never suspect as long as I'm like bring her into the fucking loop.
Or she
I
just
just
doesn't want
think
to.
they're a flirty couple. That's all I
she
think.
doesn't
it is,
want to
because
admit
she's
to
saying
herself.
the
But a
same
flirty
shit.
couple, is the two of them. We're talking
Yeah.
about the fucking the employee.
No, but
over
I'm saying
here.
they're a couple who's
But
flirting
he's
with other people.
But she's saying that he's not.
Dude, he clearly is.
Nah.
I mean,
that's a good sign that he keeps bringing his wife back into the conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
The guy
and that's making her so much hotter for him.
He's so not making it a secret. He talks about his wife. You know, the coworkers' feelings, whatever. But again, feelings have to be reciprocated. You people who talked about incels for 20 minutes
wait till
should
that
remember.
Wait till that work trip. Wait till that work trip, that out-of-town work trip.
This dude's the other extreme from an incel, right? Like, here's incel on one end of the scale, and then
this guy's like, he's trying to repel Cell.
It's like, I'm in a committed relationship, but I'm calling it everybody honey bear and cuddle bun.
There is some guy in Bangladesh who connects these extra people with the incels.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's what life is as a man. It's feast or famine. You're either getting it thrown at you, or you're begging for it.
Yeah,
like you're
that's
Bryson,
true.
and you're getting your files looked
Yeah,
at.
that's
on
a good
your computer.
point. You know, I mean, she should consider herself lucky. She's fucking a
guy who's wanted,
a feaster, and not a Bryson.
Yeah,
you're either a Bryson or a cuddle bear.
She
got herself a cuddle bear.
Honestly, I believe this guy. I trust him. I don't think he's trying to fucking play her. I think she should be like, you know what? I have a guy. I should be happy that other women want him, and he's being respectful.
Yeah. But again, you guys,
it's like that classic.
Here's the other thing, and this is why. Okay, so again, keep in mind that this is a woman that he works with, so it's not like this is someone that he could easily get away from. If she throws a big shit fit and is like, I don't like it when.
Is that how women talk when they throw a shit?
I walked past an HR office one day, so squealy, so high pitched and nasally. It was fucking wild. I'm like, I could never work in HR. It was crazy.
I'm just saying, she comes off again. This is someone that he works with, so she comes off and is like, I don't like it how Maggie talks to you.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And she starts throwing a shit fit. She is gonna throw tension into the relationship. Unnecessarily, and so then therefore
we'll drive her towards Maggie.
So therefore, then he has to then that might create tension in their relationship. Because I think that she has nothing to worry about. So
you're more worried about Maggie than the dude.
Yeah. That's my question. Is Susan, what is your advice for him?
If she starts to get insecure, then that is going to cause tension in their own relationship. And it's almost like a David Beckham, Victoria Beckham situation.
Let me ask you
where
this.
everyone wants to fuck both of them,
Susan,
but their solid relationship is what keeps them together.
I 100% understand what you're saying. Yeah. My question to you is, what is your advice to him? What should he do when he has a woman?
I think he's doing everything he does. He's very open about it.
But it's the lady writing the question.
He has a friend,
right?
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Cuddle bear is like...
Cuddle bear's pretty goddamn specific.
Have they cuddled?
That's an insinuation.
When was the last time you were in a work situation, someone called you Cuddle Bear, and you had to tell them, stop calling me Cuddle Bear?
My doctor calls me Cuddle Bear.
Yeah. I've only been called Cuddle Bear in S&M clubs, okay? In S&M. And even then I was offended. I'm not even that chubby yet. You know what I mean?
Sometimes on set, the key grip will call me Cuddle Bear.
I do now, but back then I was like, I'm a cuddle otter at best.
He has no control over what she's saying. And again, it sounds like he has his feelings in check. She says that, and he's just like a duck, lets it roll off his back. I just don't feel like he's doing
Producer
anything wrong.
Amy Wade disagrees with you. Producer Amy says, both of them are cheating. Joel on YouTube says, I studied to be a gynecologist, but dropped out after I developed tunnel vision.
That sounds fishy.
Yeah. It was... Amy, producer Amy on YouTube says, Suzanne, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. She says, does anyone not remember Will and Grace?
Facts.
I don't remember.
Neither do I, but I just want to say
I don't know what happened in the show.
You mean
what about Will and Grace?
The show?
The
was like
gay
a gay
guy
and a
and the
right?
woman that lived together?
Did he fuck her at the end of that? Is that what happened?
No, there was an episode.
Yeah, but it was anal.
They were going to have a baby.
Was there a weird conversion therapy episode? Did it go right wing in the last season? I found Jesus and now I love you. And then they have a compound.
And then the next reincarnation of the show was Will and Grace for real.
Yeah, it's the Duggar
for
family.
real this time.
It's got nice hits. I was Will, but now I'm William because I found
By
the Lord.
the grace of the Lord.
Okay, so again,
We need to remake this show on OAM. We would get paid a lot of money by a few very powerful people.
Yeah, it'll be on the Fox Network.
Yeah. Barely anyone would watch it, but Rupert Murdoch would give us a shitload
We get
of
the
money.
10 million Americans.
comment.
We're doing it. Joel on YouTube says, "Great job tonight, Cuddle Bear." I mean Jake. Amy, producer Amy says, "Grace finally found a." Oh shit! She gave us whole last episode. She says, "Grace finally found a husband, and then the husband cheated on her when the woman, who was just a friend, and yes, the husband was very honest about his friendship from the beginning." Oh snap!
Oh.
You got Will and Grace.
Got you.
We got Will and Grace because I'm agreeing with you on this one.
I met Deborah Messing once, and I didn't like her.
I've met her. I've worked with her a few times. She's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Deborah?
That's actually my
Grace.
cousin.
It's Grace.
That's great.
Grace.
That's
Yeah.
my cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cousins with Deborah Messing?
You guys are really fucked up. Man.
But dude, I heard she cheated on Will
Hey,
after I
oh,
went
if
to
you-
conversion
Yeah,
therapy.
Yeah, if you could do me a favor and tell her she's kind of a nightmare.
I
Thank
will.
you.
I'll let her know.
Bit of a nightmare.
Yeah,
Bit
she's
of a nightmare.
kind of terrible.
Along with the rest
Anyway.
of the women in my family.
But that being said, okay, so my final advice for this question is, girl, again, I just think that your husband's being very open and honest about what's going on. Definitely like keep tabs, keep your ears open. But it's like, why are you trying to be that insecure person in the relationship? It's like, remember that you are awesome and that if you just keep doing you.
And your coworker wants to
then
bang
you're-
you too.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
you're the one attracting all of these people to
You
you.
have an
So you
insurance
just
card.
keep being awesome.
Yeah.
Your husband's always going to be attracted to you. This coworker said you say you're jealous of her. She's jealous of you.
Absolutely.
She's
She
jealous
does.
of you. So remember that.
You got the Cuddle
Wake
Bear.
up
She's
with
got a
that
Zoom
feeling.
call with the Cuddle Bear.
Is anyone
That's
else
right.
picturing all these people being very attractive? All four of these people involved?
For sure.
Yeah,
For
You
for
got
sure.
the 2D. You got the
Yeah.
3D.
Actually, no, I'm picturing them all ugly, weirdly enough.
Really?
I'm picturing the same level of ugly. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm picturing both dudes just as fat and bald
Just
as
getting
me.
terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they kind of used to be hot back in the day, but now they've just kind of let themselves go.
Well, that's reality. We all
Yeah,
just
yeah.
we all look
Uh-huh.
like lizards in the end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's what no dudes with six-packs ever hear. Cuddle Bear. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
fun party.
You can't cuddle with a rock. You can't cuddle with a rock.
It's a dad bod thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is a dad bod
That's
thing.
why it's better to be a guy than a woman, because
Yeah.
we just get older and
Dude,
better
rock.
looking. And
Dude,
Rock.
the dad bod thing is awesome and not fair. I don't know why
not
women
fair, man.
why women are into dad bods, but it fucking rules.
Joel,
I'm into those C-section spouches.
Yeah. I like a whole C region. You know what I mean? Joel on YouTube
C
says,
master.
I like a C+.
I'm into varicose veins.
Joel on YouTube says, scratch that. I hooked up with coworkers in the past. Never mind. I haven't got a leg to stand on.
Yeah. But you can stand on your penis, though.
That's right. He's a real goddamn pogo stick, this fella.
Awesome. Well, I think we answered the question. I think we answered
think we did,
all
too.
of our questions.
We did,
We're
too.
all good this week.
This was an awesome
You
show.
did a great job.
Thank you so much to our guests. Thank you
Yeah.
so much to our listeners.
Yeah.
Why isn't the music coming? Why is it? Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh,
here.
we're starting off.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you to both of our guests, man. Thank you to Josh Pallett. Thank you to Brett Hiker. Thank you to our listeners, especially everybody who is live on YouTube, man. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to Sean. Thank you to Amy. Thank you to everybody out there listening. Like and subscribe to podcast. Don't forget to do that. And watch us live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Until next week, later.